everybody. Good evening. Welcome to Lincoln High School. I'm Ruth Metzger, and I have the privilege of being the principal of Seattle's newest high school. This presentation is geared towards our incoming ninth graders, the class of 2025. In this information night, we will be talking about our academics, our athletics, our activities, open enrollment, and then also on this link on our website will be some other events that you'll be able to peruse so that you can see a little bit about our school. As we built Lincoln High School, we thought about and asked the community what was really important for your graduate. And these are the types of things that came up. This wordle here really pushes us in our thinking and how we have developed our school. Our vision for Lincoln and our students is they learn with passion, they act with courage to improve the world. And our mission, and every day we work to prepare the young students in our trust to navigate a complex and dynamic world with confidence and creativity through experiential learning so that it inspires the students to think critically, solve problems, and engage empathetically as global citizens. And now I'd like to introduce our assistant principal, Dr. Corey Eichner, to talk to a little bit more about our learning.
A core part of our academic program here at Lincoln are the deeper learning experiences and exhibitions that our students participate in as a part of their academic schedule throughout the day. Using the Stanford Design Thinking Model, our students utilize many of the 21st century skill sets, such as critical thinking, collaboration, and communication to problem solve and create solutions to some of the real life scenarios presented to us in society. Students are given the opportunity to showcase the work that they have planned through exhibitions that will be shared with each other and with the community throughout the school year. Many of these projects are inspired, by the Sustainable Development Goals, which identify 17 of the key areas of focus, by the United Nations. These SDGs serve not only as categories and areas of inspiration for our students, but they also provide different career pathways that students might choose to explore at their time here at Lincoln. To help support this type of learning, we follow a block schedule here at Lincoln, where at least 2 times a week, students have extended periods of time in which they can dig deeper into the different areas of focus to help curate the exhibitions that they are putting in place. What you see on the screen here is an example of what that might look like. The exact schedule is yet to be determined as we transition into next school year. But as you can see on the slide, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are days in which students have 6 periods as well as their mentorship class. And Thursday and Friday would then serve as the block period for extended learning opportunities in each of the periods. Up next, I'd like to introduce one of our wonderful counselors, Mr. Malaki, who's going to share a little bit more about the academic program and graduation requirements in Seattle Public Schools.
Like Mr. Eichner said, my name is Anthony Malaki, and I'm one of the counselors at Lincoln. I'd like to go over with you the graduation requirements of 24 credits. In a student's high school career, they'll have 4 credits of English, 3 credits of science, 3 credits of math, 3 credits of social studies, and what that looks like at Lincoln is there will be 3 semester classes of world history, 2 semester classes of US history, and 1 semester class of government. There'll be 2 credits earned in health and fitness, and what that looks like is a semester class of health and 1.5 semester classes of physical education. There'll be 1 credit for art and 1 credit for career and technical education. And we also, or the requirements is also that students will take 4 elective classes, and under the personal pathways, we like to, at Lincoln, we like to recommend that all students take 2 years of foreign language to help them get ready and meet the requirement for college. This is a slide of a typical 9th grade class schedule. Students can expect to have 1 full year of English, half a semester of World History 1, and if students are in our language immersion program, they'll be enrolled in that language immersion 1 immersion. You'll also have the foundational CETE course of human-centered design. And in regards to science and math, students will be placed in based off of their current science and math class, and then based off of that class, we will prescribe to them the next class on Seattle Public Schools course sequencing. We also have students will have 9th graders will take half a semester of, or a semester's worth of health and a semester's worth of PE or personal fitness. And then in April, we're going to walk through all of our students to sort of register for or guide our families through the process of selecting 1 year long or what to do with 2 semester spaces of electives. Next, I'd like to introduce Ms. Pacempra.
Hello, my name is Ms. Pacempra. My pronouns are she and her. And I'm going to walk through some other important pieces of information based off of questions that were submitted. Many of those questions will be answered. They've already been answered, or they will be answered in this presentation. But here's a quick run through of some more information. PE waivers are a common question for many of our families. Students will need 3 semesters of PE, just like Mr. Malaki outlined, and that includes personal fitness. Students can waive some of their PE classes, but we do require that 9th graders take PE in their 9th grade year. Community service, those hours are students are in need of 60 hours of service learning before they graduate, or 15 hours per year. Our incoming 9th graders can bring in 15 of those hours from their between 8th and 9th grade. As far as supporting students with IEPs goes at Lincoln, we offer a variety of supports from our IEP department. We have focus classes that allow us to do individualized instruction for some students, and we also have a push-in model where we have supports in our core classes as well. For students coming in the highly capable cohort, we get a lot of questions about placement and what classes they will be available for them to take. If you're in this boat, you might be wondering which classes you'll take. Just like Mr. Malaki touched on in his slides, we will be looking at the classes that you're currently enrolled in and placing you based off of the sequences that are set by the district. We do offer honors and AP classes in different areas, and I will encourage you to please check out our course catalog that will be posted shortly to learn more about the different offerings in each of those departments. For dual language, we will also be placing based off of an appropriate level of language based off of an assessment that's given in your current 8th grade year. The dual language immersion students will also be taking World History 1 immersion in their language. So that means that students coming in through the Japanese pathway will take World History 1 in Japanese, and students coming in the dual language immersion through Spanish will take World History 1 in Spanish next year. For honors and grading questions, we got a lot of specific questions, and they were all great ones. Please, again, refer to the course catalog to see the individual department information that they have provided for you about their grading systems and their honors options. And specifically in regards to AP classes, those are advanced courses that are considered college level, and they are available to students in all of our subject areas at Lincoln, but those start mostly in 10th and 11th grade. Next up will be our academic dean, Ms. Pentecost, to talk more about supports at Lincoln.
Hello everyone, my name is Ms. Pentecost. My pronouns are she and her, and I have the privilege of running many of our academic support programs at Lincoln. One of our flagship programs is BASH, stands for Before and After School Help. During BASH, we have partnered with University Tutors for Seattle Schools to provide our students with some really high quality free tutoring services. When we are in person, BASH is held in our library once a week before school and once a week after school. On a monthly basis, we run Saturday School, which is very similar to BASH, happens in the library when we're in person, and we have free tutors and community volunteers to work with students. We have also partnered with a community writing coach program that is run through many of our ELA classes, and we hope to expand that program in the coming years. In addition, students at Lincoln all have one-to-one access to laptops, either whether they check it out through the school, a school-provided laptop, or they can choose to bring their own device. Once a year, usually towards the end of January, we do student-led conferences where students meet with their mentorship teacher and an adult who's important to them, usually a parent, where the student actually sets some goals and updates everyone on their progress. All of our teachers offer office hours. That information is usually available on Schoology if you ever need to connect with your teacher. And then we also offer robust supports for students who are in English language learners or students who have an IEP. And if your student qualifies for those services, you will be hearing from a case manager and they'll be able to answer all of your questions. One other resource that I want to mention is the Teen Health Center, which is located on Lincoln's campus, and they have a video available for you as well that will be posted for more information. And now I would like to introduce our fantastic librarian, Ms. Scott.
Hi, everyone. I'm so delighted to be here with you today. My name is Claire Scott. My pronouns are she and her, and I am your librarian here at Lincoln. So our library is a dynamic and exciting place. It's the academic heart of our school. We collaborate with teachers across areas of the curriculum for instruction in information literacy, digital citizenship, and research skills, 21st century research skills. We also offer expert reference and readers advisory support to support our students really as whole humans. We have a collection of print and digital resources that help students really grow as readers, learners, and creators. We also have a beautiful space that you've seen in some of the images that we've had that also includes small group study spaces. More than anything else, the library is a space for students to simply be, to come to get a moment of peace and to be really safe and seen in the Lincoln space. And now I would like to introduce Pause. Ms. New, what is your official title?
Just say activities coordinator, it's fine.
Okay, thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our fantastic activities coordinator, Ms. Nushwander.
Hello, my name is Miss New. My pronouns are she and her, and I am the activities coordinator or climate and culture specialist at Lincoln High School. School climate is how we feel, and school culture is what we as a community do to ensure that all students at Lincoln feel happy, welcome, accepted, and safe. Students participate in decision making whenever possible, and that involvement will deepen as we continue to grow as a school. Each incoming LHS student is randomly placed into a single grade level mentorship class. This is a homeroom or advisory type of class that students will remain in for their entire time at Lincoln. They will meet once or twice per week. Mentorship classes are focused on 3 things: academic support, college and career planning, and social emotional learning and support. Each mentorship class is part of a multi-grade level house that is used for school competitions, as well as providing one of a variety of pathways for student voice at Lincoln through monthly house meetings. The house system is continually under development and adjustment by students, and they will explain more about it in the student panel video. LHS also offers a full slate of student activities, many of which have continued online in new formats over the last year. In addition to athletics, most students participate in a variety of clubs and social activities, as well as working with the community for service projects throughout their time at Lincoln. There are currently 36 approved student clubs, organizations, and affinity groups at Lincoln, with additional groups being formed as students identify common interests. All students are encouraged to explore their interests and identities through participation in a variety of extracurricular activities, which also include music and theater groups, as well as the clubs listed on this slide. All student activities, including clubs and athletics, are funded through the purchase of ASB discount cards, which are between $40 and $45 and are available to purchase beginning in August of each year. Now please welcome the LHS Athletic Director, Brent Brackey.
Hi, Lynx families, welcome. I'm going to talk about athletics at Lincoln and what they look like. First of all, we are a comprehensive athletic program here. We offer in the fall cross country for both boys and girls. They compete separately. So does golf for boys and girls. Football is co-ed. Soccer is for girls only. Swim and dive for girls only. And volleyball for girls only. In the winter, we have both boys and girls programs for basketball. We have gymnastics for girls. We have swim and dive for boys. And we have both boys and girls wrestling that compete separately. Spring, we have baseball, which is co-ed, boys soccer, girls fast pitch, tennis for boys and girls, and track for boys and girls. The cheer squad will compete throughout the year, and there's additional sports information on our website, so please make sure to check that out. Next, please. Lincoln does offer online athletic registration through Family ID, and this will be available to you when you are registering for your classes, so please make sure to register for Family ID at that time. There's more information about Family ID on our Lincoln Athletics page as well. And if you have additional questions that you cannot get answered there, please feel free to email me at bwbrackey@seattleschools.org. Some questions that are important about fields and transportation. We are an urban campus, which means that most practices are off-site and some occur before school. Most do happen after school though. Primarily we use Lower Woodland for our fields and outdoor practices. This includes cross country, both boys and girls soccer, baseball, and fast pitch. Transportation last year was provided in 2019 and 20 when we were in person, and examples of this include swimmers were shuttled one way just back from Queen Anne Pool after practice in the mornings to Lincoln. Families were expected to get their swimmers to Queen Anne Pool, just for clarification, in the morning, and that was at 7 in the morning. In the afternoons, we had practices at Memorial Stadium for football, and they were shuttled to and from practice using buses. And also that occurred for gymnastics at Ingram 3 days a week last year. So we have to be creative, but we've done a pretty good job with that, and we're hoping that we will provide transportation in the future going forward. We did provide transportation to most, if not all, competitions and try and minimize the impact as much as possible of missing classes. That is really important. If a student does miss a class, they are expected to make up any work that they did miss. And next I will and by the way, I am part of the Circle House, so go Circle House. And I will be introducing our Administrative Secretary, Misty Chandler. Thank you very much.
Hello, Lynx family. As Mr. Brackey mentioned, my name is Misty Chandler, and I am the Administrative Secretary for Lincoln. I'm a proud member of Circle House as well. Go Circle House. I'm going to talk with you a little bit about enrollment for 21-22. We get a lot of questions here at the school, even though we aren't enrollment services. The best place to go for your answers to enrollment questions is the Seattle Schools website under enrollment and contacting them. But a few things to keep in mind, key enrollment dates. Right now, any student who is new to Seattle Public Schools can enroll in Seattle Public Schools. You have to enroll before you can register for classes and receive an assignment to your school of choice. So you can do that anytime between now and August of next year. The important thing for our current Seattle Public School students to know about is the school choice opportunity. This is where you can pick a school other than your neighborhood school to try and get a seat at. And that takes place between February 1 and February 19th. The school choice form will be available on the SPS website under enrollment, but it won't be posted there until February 1st. And as long as you enroll in or do your school choice form in that window of February 1st through the 19th, you will have the same priority with each other. There's no, oh, if I don't register until February 1st, or if I register on February 1st, I'm ahead of the game. You can register anytime that in that window, and all of those choice forms will be treated equally. We will receive our student assignments in April, and you will also receive a notification from the district of what school you have been assigned to. That typically comes to us on the Friday before spring break. We get our student list. And the school choice window actually officially closes on May 31st. You can fill out a school choice form after the 19th, but you don't get special considerations. So if you are hoping to get in the school of your choice, make sure you complete that school choice form between the 1st and the 19th. We get asked frequently, you're gonna have to go back, Todd, so the biggest question we get is who needs to do a school choice form during open enrollment? Often students from our feeder middle schools will ask, do I need to do a school choice form? And the answer is no. If you are happy with your assigned designated school, you don't need to do anything. You will automatically be assigned to your neighborhood or geographic area school. If you are wanting to go to a different school than your geographically assigned area, then you do need to do a choice form. Current HC eligible students, 8th grade students, who live in the North End, whose feeder schools are Ballard, Ingram, Lincoln, Nathan Hale, and Roosevelt, will all be assigned to Lincoln for the upcoming school year. So if you are an HC student and you do not want to come to Lincoln, then you will need to do a choice form. If you want to come to Lincoln, then you don't need to do anything. Dual language immersion students who live outside of the Lincoln attendance area, if you would like to continue in the dual immersion program through Lincoln, you must do a choice form between February 1 and the 19th, and make sure you mark on the application that you are a dual language immersion student. And lastly, current HC eligible or dual language immersion students who are in 9th through 11th grade attending other area high schools, you will need to fill out a choice form if you would like to come to Lincoln. The next question we get, of course, is course registration. So you get an assignment to Lincoln and then you want to know, well, how do I sign up for classes? So as I mentioned before, we get our student list the Friday before spring break of all our incoming students, 9th grade or other grades. And during spring break, we will be sending out an email to families with course information for our newly assigned students, and it will give you detailed information about how to register for those classes. All course registration happens online via the source for current Seattle Public School students. If you are a student coming from us outside of Seattle Public Schools, there will be a slightly different registration process for that, and that will also be explained at the time. So in the meantime, what you can do about being prepared for that is making sure that the email that your current school has on file for you is the correct one, because that's how we'll be sending out that registration information. And looking through the course catalog, as was mentioned before, to see what the pathways are, what the graduation requirements are, what courses that we are offering that you might be interested in. And now to wrap things up, we will hear from Assistant Principal Sarah Tuttle.
So hello everyone, I'm Assistant Principal Sarah Tuttle, and I want to thank you for joining us tonight for High School Information Night. We are super excited to welcome our incoming 9th grade class, the class of 2025, to the Lynx family. We know you're going to have an amazing high school experience here at Lincoln, and to get you started on that, we want to encourage you to go check out the other videos that are here for you tonight to help you get orientated to our school. You're going to see a student panel. Students have prepared a welcome for you to our school, as well as videos from each of our academic departments. Our Student Health Center has prepared some information to help you familiar with the services offered there. We have a virtual tour offered by our ASB. We have the information night flyer also posted to the website, as well as an opportunity to buy some spirit gear, start wearing the red and black and joining the Lynx Pride. While you're exploring our website, I want to encourage you to take a look around and get familiar with using it to learn all about Lincoln. Parents, students, there you'll find calendars, bell schedules, our weekly family email that goes out every week, upcoming information about events and activities, resources and supports, ways to get involved for students and families, as well as school and district updates, especially about anything COVID related as we move into the spring and into the fall of next year. Again, I want to thank you for joining us tonight, and we hope this information has been helpful, and welcome to Lincoln. Go Lynx!